Hello friends and welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind. Are you ready to get going? I sure am. Here we are at Adrano's ancestral tomb. Gonna look for the skull of Lavule. Let's pull out our bow. Oh boy, I see a body. Is he dead? Dead Dunmer. Looks like some poor adventurer or looter, perhaps. Do I want any of this? It's kind of garbage. I don't think so. Cannot remove this corpse. Okay. Gotta be wary. Let's make sure I have my arrows equipped. I hear fly sounds. I guess that's authentic if this is a tomb. Oh, flame arrow. That's cool. Yeah, take the ring. It's not too heavy. We're looting a grave, you guys. Would you like to make a donation of 35 and receive a blessing? Is that 35 gold? I guess we'll try it. What blessing do I ask for? Cure disease, cure blight, cure poison, Velos indwelling, Almisfi restoration. Indwelling? Okay, we got something. Fortify Magicka. Resist disease. I think that's from our... The resist disease is from our racial, I believe. So... Velos indwelling just fortifies our Magicka, which... that's cool, I guess. We don't really use Magicka at the moment very much. Alright. I guess we'll start by checking out this door. No enemies. Oh, I spoke too soon. There's one right there clipping through the wall. Oh, it looks like a zombie. Oh boy, that looks so nasty. Oh my god. Oh dude, a skeleton appeared. Oh shit. I mean a ghost. Where did he come from? Let's see. We have our silver short sword. We suck so bad with short blades. We're not doing anything. I think we gotta go back with the bow. Okay, we got him. Okay, so I don't know where that ghost appeared from, but that was kind of creepy. Look at this thing. Ugh. Lesser Bone Walker. Yikes. Skeleton. I think I might be able to kill the skeleton with normal arrows. Let's try it. Oh, archery battle. Oh boy. Just in case. iron arrow. I'll take those. That's decent value for the weight. We'll take it for now since I haven't found anything super good yet. Is this just an empty room? Yeah, weird. There's like no connection to anywhere else. Okay. So, I guess we go this way then. I'm trying to conserve my health potions. So I really want to use the rest till healed thing. But it's not letting me. Let's do a quick save. Gotta remember to do that. Here we go. Rest till healed. Oh! Leveled up. I thought we had to sleep in a bed to level up, but okay. So we definitely want to do agility, I think, every time. I kind of want to get intelligence up somehow. I think we might just do what we did last time and do strength as well. Okay. So that's cool. Level 3. Get the local map turned on here. So this is the room we just were in. You're going around this way. This is the entrance. Don't know how big this is. The last place we were at was huge. Spanned many episodes. Okay, there's almost certainly an enemy behind this door. Yep. Doing pretty well so far. I see a skull. Is it the skull we want though? I also hear really strange noises. Lockpick. Some stuff on the ground. Fire salt. I hear like whispering spirits. Oh boy, here we go. Let's use our spear. Gotta make sure we kind of level that up too. Heal again? No. What if we go back here? Gotta use all the tricks of the trade. Serve on those health potions. Oh. There's another skeleton. I want to make sure there we go. Hopefully he doesn't see me. Got him. Beat me with a club. Doing good. We're making short work of these skeletons, which is nice. carrying garbage stuff though. No ghosts yet. I mean, we saw one ghost. Let's take the bone meal. Well, it's very dark. Mural. It looks kind of cool. That whispering, man. Eek. Silver dagger. Take that. Gotta make sure I'm not overlooking the skull. Repair prongs, repair hammer, Nordic battle axe. Ooh, quite valuable. More magical arrows. Okay, gonna probably. Oh, okay. So it looks like this goes to farther down the dungeon, but over here is a side room. So we should check the side room first, just in case. Come on, I know there's an enemy in here. No? They fooled me. Unless like a ghost is just gonna pop up out of the ground or something. Robin Graves. That's how you do it in Morrowind, I guess. Let's close that. Okay, so this definitely seems like a smaller dungeon, so I don't think we'll be spending 5 episodes looking for this skull like we did with the puzzle box. Okay, there's a skeleton way down there. Oh, dude, we one-shot him. That was awesome. Eventually, when our sneak's high enough, at least, I'm not actually 100% positive about this, but if this game is anything like the other games, Oblivion and Skyrim, once our sneak and marksman are high enough, we'll start doing critical damage when we're in sneak mode. It'll be like 3 or 4 times normal damage, and we'll start like one-shotting people. It's kind of absurd in those games. Morrowind might be more balanced. Don't know which way to go. This might be another side room here. Ooh. Like a creepy little altar, place to give a last rites or something. Iron dagger. Take that. Just take that. What is this? Can I take it? The Homilies of Blessed Amalexia. Some sort of religious book. Let's see, what was the value? Yeah, I'll take it. I don't think I'm gonna read that one. It seemed a little too side information-y. I don't know, if you really want me to read like more side information books, you should let me know. Make a comment or something. because for now I'm just gonna try and read the books. That's why I read that history on Morrowind, because I thought maybe it would be relevant to the main quest. I haven't seen... Oh boy. Stunned him. Thankfully it's just skeletons. We can handle skeletons. I haven't seen any skulls that are lootable. Whoa. Get away from me. He's bugging out. Nothing too valuable. I swear there was a third guy, right? Is this him? Thought I heard someone behind us. Shadow Standard. Chameleon 10%. Could be useful. Emerald. More enchanted arrows. Can I wait here? No. Okay. Do we check this? No. Restore speed. Sapphires. Sure, let's do restoration this time. What does that do? What? Doesn't do anything. Oh, there's an enemy. AI, I don't know if it's the mods or if vanilla Morrowind was always this way, but they're kind of stupid, aren't they? He's carrying some sort of magical item. Does that say chameleon? No, okay. Value 950. It's pretty good. Okay, I think we should check this room. Level 10 trapped. Well, hopefully it's not a trap that damages me. Do apprentice lockpick. It was. Okay. Let's heal ourselves first. Save again. Ooh. Okay. We did it. Another creepy altar thing. Mortar and pestle. I think the mortar and pestle is how we make our own potions. Ancestors and the Dwemer. This is kind of an interesting book. Ashlander's shield. That's pretty valuable. Not so valuable. So it really is just this book. Let's try reading the book. It seemed kind of like an interesting one. If I can find it. I took the book, right? No, I didn't. Ancestors and the Dunmer. Ghosts walk among them. The departed spirits of the Dunmeri, and perhaps those of all races, persist after death. The knowledge and power of departed ancestors benefits the bloodlines of the Dunmeri houses. The bond between the living family members and immortal ancestors is partly blood, partly ritual, partly volitional. A member brought into the house through marriage binds himself through ritual and oath into the clan, and gains communication and benefits from the clan's ancestors. However, his access to the ancestors is less than his offspring, and he retains some access to the ancestors of his own bloodline. The family shrine. Each residence has a family shrine. In poorer homes, it may be no more than a hearth or alcove where family relics are displayed and venerated. In wealthy homes, a room is set aside for the use of the ancestors. This shrine is called the Waiting Door and represents the door to oblivion. Here, the family members pay their respects to their ancestors through sacrifice and prayer, through oaths sworn upon duties, and through reports on affairs of the family. In return, the family may receive information, training, and blessings from the family's ancestors. The ancestors are thus the protectors of the home, and especially the precincts of the Waiting Door. The Ghost Fence. It is a family's most solemn duty to make sure their ancestors' remains are interred properly in a city of the dead, such as Necrom. Here the spirits draw comfort from one another against the chill of the mortal world. However, as a sign of great honor and sacrifice, an ancestor may grant that part of his remains be retained to serve as part of a ghost fence protecting the clan's shrine and family precincts. Such an arrangement is often part of the family member's will, that a knuckle bone shall be saved out of his remains and incorporated with solemn magic and ceremony into a clan ghost fence. In more exceptional cases, an entire skeleton or even preserved corpse may be bound into a ghost fence. These remains become a beacon and focus of ancestral spirits, and for the spirit of the remains in particular. The more remains used to make a ghost fence, the more powerful the fence is, and the most powerful mortals in life have the most powerful remains. The great ghost fence created by the Tribunal to hold back the blight incorporates the bones of many heroes of the temple and of the house Induril and Redoran, who dedicated their spirits to the temple and clan as their surrogate families. The Ghost Fence also contains bones taken from the catacombs of Necrom and many battlefields of Morrowind. The Mortal Chill. Spirits do not like to visit the mortal world, and they do so only out of duty and obligation. Spirits tell us that the other world is more pleasant and at least more comfortable for spirits than our real world, which is cold, bitter, and full of pain and loss. Mad spirits. Spirits that are forced to remain in our world against their will may become mad spirits, or ghosts. Some spirits are bound to this world because of some terrible circumstances of their death, or because of some powerful emotional bond to a person, place, or thing. These are called hauntings. Some spirits are captured and bound to enchanted items by wizards. If the binding is involuntary, the spirit usually goes mad. A willing spirit may or may not retain its sanity, depending on the strength of the spirit and the wisdom of the enchanter. Some spirits are bound against their wills to protect family shrines. This unpleasant fate is reserved for those who have not served the family faithfully in life. Dutiful and honorable ancestral spirits often aid in the capture and binding of wayward spirits. These spirits usually go mad and make terrifying guardians. They are ritually prevented from harming mortals of their clans, but that does not necessarily discourage them from mischievous or peevish behavior. They are exceedingly dangerous for intruders at the same time. If an intruder can penetrate the spirit's madness and play upon the spirit's resentment of his own clan, the angry spirits may be manipulated. Mischievous or peevish behavior. If you're like a clan member, one of the skeletons like jumps out. That sounds kind of silly. Oblivion. The existence of Oblivion is acknowledged by all Tamriel cultures, but there is little agreement on the nature of that other world, other than it is a place where the Aedra and Daedra live, and that communication and travel are possible between this world and Oblivion through magic and ritual. The Dunmer do not emphasize the distinction between this world and Oblivion as do the human cultures of Tamriel. They regard our world and the other world as a whole with many paths from one end to the other, then two separate worlds of different natures with distinct borders. This philosophical viewpoint may account for the greater affinity of elves for magic and its practices. Foreign views of Dunmeri ancestor worship and spirit magic. The Altmeri, which are the High Elves, and the Bosmeri, which are the Wood Elves, cultures also venerate their ancestors, but only respecting the orderly and blissful passage of these spirits from the world to the next. That is, Wood Elves and High Elves believe it is cruel and unnatural to encourage the spirits of the dead to linger in our world. Even more grotesque and repugnant is the display of bodily remains of ancestors in ghost fences and ash pits. The presentation of finger bones in a family shrine, for example, is sacrilegious to the Bosmer, who eat their dead, and barbaric to the Altmer, who inter their dead. The human cultures of Tamriel are ignorant and fearful of dark elves and their culture, considering them to be inhuman and evil, like orcs and Argonians, but more sophisticated. The human populations of Tamriel associate Dunmeri ancestor worship and spirit magic with necromancy. In fact, this association of the Dark Elves with necromancy is at least partly responsible for the dark reputation of the Dunmer throughout Tamriel. This is generally an ignorant misconception, for necromancy outside the acceptable clan rituals is a most abhorrent abomination in the eyes of the Dunmer. The Dark Elves would never think of practicing sorcerous necromancy upon any dark elf or upon the remains of any elf. However, dark elves consider the human and orcish races to be little more than animals. There is no injunction against necromancy upon such remains, or on the remains of any animal, bird, or insect. Imperial policy officially recognizes the practice of the Dunmeri ancestor veneration and spirit magic as a religion, and protects their freedom to pursue such practices so long as they do not threaten the security of the Empire. Privately, most Imperial officials and traders believe Dark Elf ancestor worship and display of remains are barbaric or even necromantic. Telvanni necromancy. The Telvanni are adept masters of necromancy. They do not, however, practice necromancy upon the remains of Dark Elves. Sane Telvanni regard such practices with loathing and righteous anger. They do practice necromancy upon the remains of animals and upon the remains of humans, orcs, and Argonians, who are technically no more than animals in Morrowind. Publisher's note. This book was written by an unknown scholar as a guide for foreign visitors to Morrowind shortly after the armistice was signed. Many of these practices have since fallen into disfavor. The most obvious change are those regarding the practice of necromancy and the Great Ghost Fence. Dunmer today regard necromancy upon any of the accepted races as an abomination. The Ghost Fence has forced many changes in the practice of ancestor worship. With the vast majority of ancestors' remains going to strengthen the Great Ghost Fence around the mountain of Dagoth-Ur, there are very few clan ghost fences in Morrowind. The temple discourages such practices among the houses as selfish. The upkeep of family tombs and private waiting doors has also fallen into disfavor, as very few remains have been buried in these tombs and shrines since the armistice. In recent years, most Dunmer venerate a small portion of their ancestors' remains kept at a local temple. Interesting. So this place we're in was most likely made before the armistice then. Also explains kind of what the hell we're seeing here. So the ghosts and the skeletons are bound spirits of the ancestors of this clan, I'm guessing. Anyway, that was kind of interesting. But that is time for this episode, so we'll have to wait until next time to see if we get the skull or not. So I'll see you in the next episode.